Hey folks, in this video, let us try to understand how you can start developing in Aurora. Well, let's do a quick recap of what is Aurora. Aurora acts as an L2 or near blockchain that allows you to run Ethereum based applications on near. Now, how does it do that? Aurora allows one to execute Ethereum or EVM based contracts in a more performant environment that is on top of Near blockchain, which is a layer 1 blockchain that offers 2 to 3 second transactional finalization. That is, it's super fast, it is scalable, and it is carbon neutral, essentially trying to solve the blockchain dilemma. So, how does Aurora do that? How does it work technically? Aurora is an Ethereum virtual machine implemented as a smart contract on your protocol. It consists of an Ethereum virtual machine and a trustless bridge that work together. Let's understand a little bit about how a transaction would potentially work on Aurora. The first step to that is user sends a signed Ethereum transaction on Aurora, and this goes as an RPC call to the Aurora network. The Ethereum transaction as a step 2 is wrapped into a near transaction, and this wrapped transaction is sent to near protocol, as you can see in step 4, where it is unwrapped and the gas usage is calculated. Then this signed Ethereum transaction is sent as a parameter of the Aurora contract call. Remember that Aurora has smart contracts, EVM smart contracts deployed on top of Near. So this signed Ethereum transaction is sent as a parameter of the Aurora contract call. Now, the Aurora engine, which is what we are highlighting here, calculates the executes the transaction that comes to it as a parameter and calculates the EVM gas. And once this is done, the ETH payout is performed to proxy in accordance with the gas price from the Ethereum transaction. So think of this as more, there is a sort of wrapping and unwrapping happening using the, not just using the Aurora engine, but the way in this entire DApp or this application is processing this transaction. Now that we have some understanding of how Aurora works in a technical sense, the last thing for us to do is to, of course, get started with building. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a browser-based instance, a new browser-based instance, where I'm going to open an editor called Remix. So Remix is a browser-based editor, IDE, that helps you write Solidity code quite easily. It supports other languages as well. But today we are bothered about Solidity because that's easy to sort of work with. Now, the thing about Aurora is that it supports EVM based transactions or EVM based building, right? So, one thing about this is that if you know how to build on using EVM based contracts, or if you know how to build on EVM, then you're good to go. So on Remix, I'm going to start a new workspace. Let's say Aurora tutorial, right? And I say, okay, this has started a new workspace for me. Today, we are just going to deploy one of the existing contracts, a simple contract called storage.sol, which is an example contract that comes to you along with Remix. To quickly talk about this contract, this first mentions the Solidity version. That is, the Solidity version should be between 0.7.0 and less than 0.9.0. So this pragma actually instructs the compiler as to which Solidity version, Solidity compiler will this code run on. Then we have a contract whose name is storage. This is a smart contract which will run on Aurora, which will be deployed on Aurora. That's what we are going to see. The storage contract has one variable called number of type uint, unsigned integer, 256-bit, and it just has two functions: store a value, retrieve a value. So here we are going to send a variable, we are going to store it here, and then the value of this variable we are going to retrieve in this function. So think of it as a post call and a get call that's happening. Now what you need to do is you need to add Aurora to the Aurora RPC to your MetaMask. So basically deploying on Aurora is as simple as just adding the RPC on MetaMask. It's just as simple as that, trust me. So I prefer to go to chainlist.org. Meanwhile, let me activate my MetaMask. Give me a moment, I'll need to log in. So I have logged into MetaMask. I'm going to activate the testnets. I'm going to connect wallet here. So it's connected to my MetaMask. I generally recommend to use a separate MetaMask instance if you for development and separate for storing your funds, so you don't have to mix it up. I'm going to search for Aurora, and the testnet is what we need. So you can just click on add to MetaMask, and this will add the Aurora testnet to MetaMask. Of course, you can add mainnet as well, since the gas fee is going to be practically nothing even on mainnet. So looks like it might be added. Yeah, Aurora Testnet. So amazing. I already have some funds in this Aurora Testnet account, but you can also, the next step ideally would be to go to the Aurora Dev Faucet and get some funds for your testnet account. So you can switch to the testnet faucet here, connect to your wallet, and you can request for some funds. Yeah, seems like it's processing, and yeah, so since I already have now gotten funds, what I can do is I can go, sorry, we'll have to move this browser instance a bit so I can access this. Okay, so here in the environment, you have to choose injected provider MetaMask. So this will connect to your existing MetaMask. Go here. So once you try to connect to MetaMask, okay, I'm going to disconnect this other account. Okay, once you switch this to MetaMask, it will ask you for a connection permission, and once you allow it to connect, your MetaMask address should come here. Um, since my MetaMask is not getting connected, just give me a moment to fix it. So you can see now that my MetaMask is connected to my dev account, and please verify as to which network is this connected to. So this number, custom space network, this number is called the chain ID of a particular network. So you can see that the Aurora Testnet chain ID is 131316. You don't necessarily have to remember this number, but make sure that this matches. That means it's connected to the right network. Now, in order to deploy this contract onto Aurora, what you can do is you can just click on deploy. Now we see the MetaMask approval popping up. So I clicked on confirm, and now it's processing. Once the contract is deployed, we can see on the testnet explorer. So we can see that the contract is deployed, and we have the address. Let's take a look at the explorer. So the Explorer is testnet.aurorascan.dev, where you can take a look at your contract. So you can see that this is a contract address that was deployed, and this is the transaction hash of that. It's a contract creation transaction. And you can see that the gas fee is about $0.01, right? Just 10 cents. So yeah, that's pretty much it. A simple and easy way to deploy and work with Aurora. Thank you.